G'day gamers, welcome to Noob by Design. Gonna be doing a video here today on Monster Hunter World. I'm gonna be going ahead and tracking down and slaying the Rathian monster, which is one of the bigger monsters that you come into early on into the game, and one of the more difficult ones for sure that you're going to have to end up fighting at some point in this game here. And basically the biggest reason I want to do this video while I'm doing this tracking down and killing of the Rathian is to find out what you guys would like for my channel here. What would you guys like to see from my channel? Specifically, what type of videos you guys would see, any games that you guys are playing that you think you might like to see some videos on. But getting back to Monster Hunter here, what kind of videos are you guys liking to see on Monster Hunter? Would you guys like to see some live streams, some Let's Plays? Are you guys looking for guides on how to defeat different monsters? Or some basic tips on the different combos and stuff you can do with some of the different weapons, some basic farming areas and where you can farm, or how the easiest way you can farm the different weapon sets or armor sets as well. Be willing to show you guys any of that stuff that you'd like to see, or just some Let's Plays where you guys can join in some gameplay, because you can do up to 4 people in these games here. But anyhow guys, just kind of curious what you guys would like to get from my channel, or what you guys specifically would like to see. Now that we've talked about that, I also want to mention that in addition to commenting in the comments below what you guys would like to see, you guys can feel free to hit me up on my Twitter account at NoobByDesign, or on my Facebook account for Noob by Design Gaming. Anyhow guys, now let's get back to this Rathian fight. This is a pretty difficult fight to do, one of the more challenging ones that you'll face early on, and the keys to it are going to be basically mounting when you're able to, bringing lots of antidotes so that you can go ahead and get rid of the poison when you get it, and then trying to do your combos, at least make most effect your combos. You can see obviously I mounted there, did my Demon Fury, did tons of damage, knocked him off onto the side, and the first thing I'm doing is going right for that head to do as much combo multiplier damage as I can. Again, the reason for this is because we're trying to break his fire area, or hit his neck and do enough damage that we cause the break, which makes him oftentimes knock himself down after doing that fire attack. So basically, when you break that component of this dragon, a lot of times when he goes to break, or goes to go ahead and shoot out his fire, what it'll instead do is cause some intense damage to himself, knock him over, and make it so that you can do your combo damage multiplier. Again, a couple of these areas here, I'm also just kind of exploring the area to see if I can do off this tree, because most of the trees with those type of mushrooms, you can kind of jump off them backwards and do a mount as well like that. Again, you can see I'm trying to as well go ahead and use my mantle, or my flight mantle, or whatever, your glide mantle I guess is what it's called, to try to go ahead and mount on this dragon as well. Little bit more difficult with this dragon for whatever reason. I'm not sure why it's set up like that, because some of the other dragons are significantly easier to mount. Even some of the harder monsters that you can fight are significantly easier. This one seems to have extremely precise timing. So anyways, you can do it. It is possible. You've seen I did it once already, but it is going to be pretty challenging, especially when he launches himself up in the air. And at that point, all I try to do is go ahead and damage his feet and try to get the foot break on him so that he can again just kind of limp and basically make an opening for me to do damage later on. Anyhow, as you can see, our sword is also coming down to a low, and the reason I did this like this as well, I should also mention, is I'm actually doing this fight with no food, and the reason again is to make it more challenging so that what I'm doing here you guys can duplicate, and it can only be easier for you, because when you put a food buff on yourself and all that kind of stuff, you're going to do more damage and you're going to have more health and to protect yourself with later on. You can see right now I don't have any traps. I'm not going to use any traps to gem them in place here, but I am going to be using the charge potions there as well. Again, make sure you have lots of antidotes. Go ahead and sharpen your weapon, as you can see I just did there, because it was pretty much blanked out to 0. Again, having that weapon fully sharpened is going to do lots of damage later on, or lots of damage as you're going here rather than the reduction in damage. You're going to want to go ahead and attack the neck from the sides as much as possible. As soon as you knock them down, you're going to go ahead and do damage to the head and neck area. And again, what we're trying to do is make it so that he can't do that crazy one-shot with the fire damage. You can see right now it's damage. He's not able to actually breathe fire at me like he wants to, and you can just see that his mouth is kind of on fire and he's running around trying to do whatever he can to save himself there. Obviously, it's not working. You can see he managed to get a fire attack off on me there. I kind of spoke a little too soon there, but at least he was in a position where he was stunned and not able to do it. Now I've done enough damage that I've knocked him over again to his side. Gonna go right back at that neck and head, do as much spin damage as I can. Again, I'm also using the dual blades here, which again, probably not the best to go ahead in this dragon. You can probably go ahead and find any of the longer range weapons where you'll do obviously significantly more damage. And again, I'm just trying to find an area where I can jump off the sides, because just where he happened to spawn and he's going here really difficult to get a ledge big enough for me to actually go ahead and do the mount. And the mount, it doesn't necessarily do a significant amount more damage, it's just kind of more fun, and it actually makes for just a better gameplay when I do manage to get it in place. You can see I'm just putting the puddle pods and shooting them into him, but again, no real significant damage there. It was more just to get his attention, try to prevent him from flying away on me here. Again though, we're just working our way over to this side here as we can, doing damage to the neck and head with the spin attacks and trying to get a Demon Fury in here so that we can do a spin attack combo, do some damage to the neck, wings, and head area here. And you know guys, rest of this is pretty much going to be rinse repeat here. So what I'm going to do is stop talking, go ahead and lay some overlay of some music in here for you guys to enjoy the rest of the fight. And if you guys are enjoying this video, I sure would appreciate it if you guys would hit that like button. And if you guys are struggling with anything in Monster Hunter World or just want to see something different from my videos, go ahead and leave that comment in the comments below. Alright gamers, thanks for watching.